If you're over 50, do this to gain muscle and lose fat simultaneously. After 50, the body undergoes significant metabolic changes that can make it difficult to maintain muscle mass and control body fat. Sarcopenia, the natural loss of muscle mass that occurs with age, affects about 30% of people over 50 and nearly 50% after 70. Many believe it's impossible to combat this natural process, or that they must choose between losing weight or gaining muscle. This limited view prevents thousands of people from achieving a functional and healthy body in maturity. So today you'll see 7 specific exercises for people over 50 that stimulate muscle gain and fat burning simultaneously. Before we begin, tell me in the comments your name and how long you've been training. Exercise number 7, calf raise on a step. The calf is often forgotten in training programs, but represents a crucial part of the body, especially after 50. Did you know that the calf is considered the second heart of the body? This is because it actively assists in pumping blood back to the heart, fighting against gravity. With aging, blood circulation tends to become compromised, and strong calves are essential to keep this system functioning properly. Calf raises on a step stand out by offering full range of motion, allowing complete stretching of the muscle in the eccentric phase and maximum contraction in the concentric phase. A study published in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity demonstrated that adults over 55 who performed this exercise regularly for 12 weeks increased calf strength by up to 23%, significantly improving balance and reducing the risk of falls. To perform it correctly, position the front part of your feet on a step or elevated surface, leaving your heels free. Keep your back straight and, if necessary, lightly support yourself against a wall or handrail for balance. Lower your heels as much as possible, feeling the stretch in your calves, and then raise up onto your toes as high as you can. A common mistake is performing the movement quickly and uncontrolled. Remember that the eccentric phase is just as important as the concentric and should be performed in a controlled manner, taking about 2 to 3 seconds. Another frequent error is not varying foot positioning. To target all portions of the calf, alternate between parallel feet, slightly open and slightly closed positions. Since the calf is predominantly composed of slow twitch fibers, it responds better to longer sets. Start with 3 sets of 15 to 20 repetitions, resting 60 seconds between them. To progress, gradually increase to 25 repetitions or add weight by holding light dumbbells. People over 50 should perform this exercise at least twice a week for effective results. Exercise number 6, cat-cow pose. The spine is one of the first places to feel the effects of aging, with intervertebral discs losing hydration and elasticity over the years. The cat-cow pose, originating from yoga, is a gentle but extremely effective movement for maintaining spine mobility and strengthening the core stabilizing muscles, essential for any physical activity. What makes this exercise particularly valuable for people over 50 is its ability to work the spine in flexion and extension in a controlled manner, without impact. Additionally, it activates the spinal erectors and deep abdominal muscles, creating a natural muscular corset that protects the spine during other activities. To perform it correctly, start in a 4-point position, with knees aligned with hips and hands aligned with shoulders. Keep your arms straight but not locked. In the cat phase, exhale while arching your back upward, letting your head drop naturally between your arms, similar to a cat stretching. In the cow phase, inhale while lowering your abdomen toward the floor, raising your chin and gaze forward, creating a slight curve in the spine. A common mistake is rushing the movement, losing the connection with breathing. The secret is to synchronize each phase with breathing, creating a slow and mindful rhythm. Another frequent error is performing the movement only in the lower back, forgetting to mobilize the thoracic spine, which tends to become rigid with age. I recommend performing this exercise daily, even on rest days, as a way to lubricate the spine. Start with 10 complete repetitions in the morning and, if possible, another 10 at night. The cat-cow can be an excellent way to warm up the body before other exercises or to relax the spine after more intense activities. To increase the benefits, try variations such as holding the position for 3 to 5 complete breaths in each phase, or adding subtle lateral movements, slightly tilting the trunk to the sides during the transition between positions. Exercise number 5. Mountain climbers. Mountain climbers are a dynamic exercise that combines cardiovascular training with muscle strengthening, offering what we call a double benefit for people over 50. This movement intensively works the core, activates heart rate, and also stimulates coordination between upper and lower limbs. A study conducted by the University of Geneva demonstrated that exercises combining elements of strength and cardio, like mountain climbers, are up to 30% more efficient in burning fat in mature individuals when compared to purely aerobic exercises. This is because they create a metabolic effect that remains active for several hours after the workout. To perform it correctly, start in a plank position, with hands directly below the shoulders, arms extended but not locked, and the body forming a straight line from head to heels. Keep the core engaged and bring one knee toward the chest, then return to the starting position and alternate with the other leg. The movement should be controlled without compromising the stability of the upper body. A mistake I see many people make is raising the hips, transforming the exercise into something more like a leg flexion. Remember that the essence of the movement is maintaining trunk stability while the legs move. Another common error is performing the exercise too quickly, sacrificing quality for number of repetitions. For beginners over 50, I recommend starting with the modified version. Support yourself on a stable bench or chair, keeping the body inclined at approximately 45 degrees. This variation reduces the load on shoulders and wrists while maintaining the benefits for the core and cardiovascular system. Start with 3 sets of 30 seconds, resting 60 seconds between them. As strength and endurance improve, gradually increase the time to 45 seconds and then to 60 seconds. When comfortable, progress to the full version on the floor. The beauty of this exercise lies in its adaptability. You can adjust the speed and intensity according to your conditioning level. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Having constant access to science-based information is what will help you progress with long-term health in the world of bodybuilding. Exercise number 4, Farmer's Walk. The Farmer's Walk, inspired by traditional rural physical work, is a functional exercise that reproduces the movement of carrying weight while moving. This simple but powerful exercise works practically the entire body, with special emphasis on the core stabilizing muscles, trapezius, shoulders, and forearms. What many people don't know is that the Farmer's Walk is particularly beneficial after 50 for 3 main reasons. First, it strengthens the posture-stabilizing muscles, combating the hunching pattern associated with aging. Second, it works the body asymmetrically when performed with one weight at a time, intensely activating the oblique muscles and quadratus lumborum. Third, it improves the ability to perform everyday tasks that involve carrying objects such as grocery bags or suitcases. To perform it correctly, hold a weight in each hand. Keep your shoulders back and down, spine neutral, and core engaged. Walk in a straight line, taking controlled steps and keeping the weights close to your body. The goal is to maintain an erect and stable posture throughout the entire route. A common mistake is allowing the shoulders to curve forward due to the weight. Remember that strength should come from the core and back, not just from arms and shoulders. Another frequent error is taking steps that are too wide, which can destabilize the pelvis and overload the lower back. For beginners over 50, I recommend starting with light weights, 4 to 6 pounds for women and 6 to 10 pounds for men, and walking a distance of 30 to 45 feet at a time, performing 3 to 4 sets with 60 to 90 seconds of rest between them. An interesting variation is the unilateral farmer's walk, where you carry weight on only one side, intensifying the work of the lateral stabilizing muscles. As strength increases, you can progress by gradually increasing the weight or the distance traveled. Ideally, you should feel challenged, but able to maintain proper posture throughout the exercise. Regular practitioners can significantly improve muscle endurance and core stability in just 6 to 8 weeks of consistent practice. Exercise number 3, Incline push-up. The traditional push-up can be intimidating for many people over 50, especially for those returning to physical activity after a period of sedentary lifestyle. The incline push-up emerges as an excellent alternative, allowing the strengthening of the chest, triceps, and core in a gradual and safe manner. This exercise works the same muscle groups as the traditional push-up, but with reduced load due to the body's inclination. This is particularly important for shoulder health, a joint that frequently presents limitations with advancing age. The incline push-up allows strengthening the musculature around this joint without overloading it. To perform it correctly, position yourself facing a wall, table, counter, or stairs. Place your hands slightly wider than shoulder width. Keep your body in a straight line from head to heels, forming an inclined plank. Bend your elbows, bringing your chest closer to the support surface, and then return to the starting position. A common mistake is arching the back or raising the hips during the movement. The body should remain in a straight line, like an inclined board. To ensure this position, slightly contract the abdomen and glutes throughout the exercise. Another frequent error is not performing the full range of motion or doing very quick and uncontrolled repetitions. I recommend starting with higher supports, such as a wall or counter, performing 3 sets of 8 to 12 repetitions. As strength increases, progress to lower surfaces such as a table, bench, or finally, stair steps. The long-term goal may be to reach the traditional floor push-up, but many people obtain excellent results maintaining the inclined variations, especially when performed with impeccable technique. An important detail: during the push-up, focus on using scapular retraction, that is, keep the shoulder blades slightly drawn toward each other. This not only protects the shoulders, but also increases the activation of the chest and back. You'll know you're doing it right when you feel the work in the center of your chest, and not just in your arms. To make the exercise even more effective, try varying the time under tension, performing the eccentric phase in 3 seconds and the concentric phase in 1 second. This technique increases the efficiency of the exercise without the need to increase weight or number of repetitions. Exercise number 2, lateral walk. The lateral walk is often underestimated but represents an invaluable exercise for people over 50. This movement intensively works the hip abductors, which tend to weaken with age, compromising balance and stability when walking or climbing stairs. Have you imagined the impact of this on your daily mobility? The hip abductors are responsible for stabilizing the pelvis during walking. When weak, they can lead to the gait pattern known as Trendelenburg, where the hip drops to the unsupported side during the step, significantly increasing the risk of falls and injuries. To perform it correctly, stand with your feet parallel, knees slightly flexed, and hands on your hips or in front of your body. Take a lateral step with your right foot, moving it approximately 12 to 16 inches away. Then, bring your left foot closer. Continue this movement for 10 to 15 steps to the right, then reverse direction. To increase intensity, you can place a resistance band just above the knees. A common mistake is allowing the trunk to lean to the sides during the movement. Keep your trunk erect and core engaged, as if being pulled upward by an imaginary string at the top of your head. Another frequent error is taking steps that are too short, reducing the effectiveness of the exercise. The step should be wide enough to create tension in the lateral hip muscles. The beauty of this exercise lies in its ability to strengthen muscles often neglected in conventional training programs, but essential for functional independence and maturity. Regular practitioners report improved stability when walking on irregular surfaces and when performing unilateral tasks such as putting on pants while standing. I recommend performing 3 sets of 20 steps for each side, resting 45 seconds between sets. As strength increases, you can progress by adding the previously mentioned resistance band or holding light weights. For an additional challenge, try the semi-squat variation, keeping your knees flexed throughout the movement. Include the lateral walk in your routine at least twice a week to maintain hip strength and stability. As a warm-up exercise, it also effectively prepares the body for more intense activities or sports that require lateral movements, such as tennis or dancing. Exercise number 1, chair squat. The squat is often called the king of exercises, for good reasons. It works all the major muscle groups of the legs, quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, as well as engaging the core for stabilization. For people over 50, the chair squat offers a safe and controlled version of this powerful movement. The gluteus maximus, which is intensively worked in this exercise, is the largest muscle in the human body. With aging and sedentary lifestyle, this muscle tends to atrophy, a phenomenon known as sleepy glute syndrome. Reactivating and strengthening this region not only improves aesthetics, but is fundamental for the health of the lower back and knees. To perform it correctly, position a stable chair behind you. Stand with your feet shoulder-width apart or slightly wider, toes pointing slightly outward. Keep your chest lifted, core engaged, and initiate the movement by pushing your hips backward, bending your knees and lowering until you lightly touch the chair. Without completely resting your weight, push yourself back up, returning to the starting position. A common mistake is allowing the knees to project too far forward beyond the toes or collapse inward during the movement. Keep your knees aligned with your toes and imagine you're opening the floor with your feet to better engage the glutes. Another frequent error is resting your full weight on the chair between repetitions, which reduces muscle tension and exercise effectiveness. For beginners, I recommend 3 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions, with 60 to 90 seconds rest between them. Focus on perfect technique before increasing volume or adding weight. As strength increases, you can progress by reducing the chair height, increasing the number of repetitions, or holding light weights in your hands. A variation especially beneficial for people over 50 is the pause squat, where you maintain the lowest position for 2 to 3 seconds before rising. This technique increases time under tension and strengthens the joint-stabilizing muscles without the need to add loads that could overload the knees. When you regularly include the chair squat in your routine, you not only strengthen the legs and glutes, but also significantly improve functional capacity for everyday activities such as getting up from chairs, sofas, and toilets, movements that tend to become more challenging with advancing age. If you liked this and also want to discover 6 isometric positions capable of healing your entire lower body, we've left a video appearing right now on the screen showing each of them better. Don't miss it. Thank you for watching this far, and may God bless you, my friend.